to We're Having Fun. I'm Mark. Hi.
Hi, I'm Krista.
We're back for another week, and it's time to talk the final episode of Mandalorian of the season.
It is.
Or... yes.
Or forever. We don't know.
Or forever. So, finally, everything's culminating. All of this coming to a head here. So what happened in the final episode?
Okay.
Is it going to pay off? We'll see.
We'll see.
Was it worth it?
So, this is chapter 24.
Yep.
The Return.
Uh-huh.
The Return to Mandalore, I guess.
I guess.
Is what it's supposed to be.
Yeah. I don't know anybody else that returned.
I mean, during the fight, people return back and are like, I'm back to
I'm back, baby.
help you fight this person kind of thing. But I don't think that's what they mean.
Yeah, I guess not.
But to start off, we have somebody, instead of returning, they are heading off-world. It is Axe Woves. He's in his little jetpack. He's flying up.
He's going to go get help.
Was he in a jetpack?
Yeah, he had his jetpack.
Yeah.
Went through a little hole in the ceiling.
Okay,
he's got to get up and warn them.
Because it showed like previously on Mandalorian, and they're, I guess, Bo-Katan was like, "Hey, go warn them up in the clouds."
Yeah, this path.
And so he flies up out of there, and I was like, I don't remember that happening.
Yeah, like when did this happen?
I don't know, but apparently it did. So yeah, he's flying up into the clouds, trying to warn everybody up there that bad things are going to be happening.
The ships have taken off, the bombers are going, and all that. So they gotta defend themselves.
Yeah, but of course, as he's like trying to fly out, Bo-Katan is trying to talk to him and everything, and it's getting all crackly and stuff because communication's bad.
Yep.
So, but he's going up there to warn them.
Yep. He does make it.
He does make it, but it takes forever for them to actually show him getting up there.
Yeah, because those stupid jetpacks are slow.
Well, yeah. Plus, also, there's a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has to go all the way into the atmosphere. It's going to be a while. Then, down on the planet, Mando is fighting his captors.
Yeah, he got led away by two guys. Why did Moff not, go with them?
I don't know.
I guess, no, he wasn't even fighting Paz, was he? The big guy.
I don't know. It was
just those Red Guard people.
Yeah, I guess he was just going off to, like, through the control center or whatever.
I guess.
He's like, I'll deal with this later or whatever.
I'm sure you two idiots can take care of this. The main character of the show.
Yeah.
Sword.
They could not take care of him.
No, they were pretty bad.
Yeah, so he fights them. He gets out of there. Well, he's having a problem. He's having some troubles.
Yeah.
But then who shows up to save him?
Hello, Grogu.
It's Grogu. Grogu and IG-12. I don't know
remember how he got there.
No,
yeah,
it doesn't show.
I don't remember him being on the other side of the thing.
He was...
The energy shield.
I feel like he was on the side with Bo-Katan, so...
Yeah.
Because I thought it showed him going through the door thing the hole that she made, but I don't know. I don't know. It just kind of showed up. There are going to be plot holes. It's fine.
Yeah.
They can't show everything. We just have to assume that he knows what he's doing.
It's probably the Force. The Force helped
The Force told him where to go.
Sure. So that's nice.
Yep. Okay. So Grogu shows up, saves him, and they're gonna go off to kill Moff Gideon because it's like, we've got to get rid of this guy because he's just gonna keep coming back.
It's true.
It is true.
Yeah.
You got to get rid of him. Yeah. So that's what they're heading to do. Meanwhile, Moff Gideon is in his little control center or whatever, and he sees that they've escaped. They've escaped or whatever. That Mando has escaped, and he's like, "I'll take care of this myself."
Yes, our first since Doctor Strange, the Thanos quote.
Was it Doctor Strange?
Oh no, what was it?
It was like Civil War or something.
Thought he was like going for the books and he said it or something.
Oh.
Yeah. Or somebody said it, something like that.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. Anyway.
I know we had a what are those? And then we had another moment.
That's what it is. What are those? That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
No, this is our last one since Thanos, I think.
Yes. I'll take care of it myself.
So anyway, Mando and Grogu are trying to get to Moff Gideon. Mm-hmm. They don't know exactly where to go, so they have somebody to help them. It's R5. Yeah, R5 is back.
He's back, baby. The true hero of the show.
So R5 flies down into the little crevice place, whatever, and there's a thing that he can interact with.
Yeah, little data port.
So he uses that to give them a map to show where they need to go.
Yeah.
And as he was like trying to like stealthily get over there, there was like a hallway, and at the end of the hallway, a little mouse droid went by, and we were like, "Oh, it's a little mouse droid."
you do love mouse droids.
They're so cute.
They are cute.
Little... I can't help it. They're adorable. Anyway, so we did see a little mouse droid.
Yes, we did.
Then at this point, Axe does make it up to the Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, everybody, you got to get down.
Everybody get to the jump ships.
Down there because you got to get, back on the planet because their
fighters are coming.
We're going to use the Star Destroyer as a decoy, and we got to get everybody out, and I'm going to stay here with it and make sure everything goes the way it's supposed to."
We're like, "Oh, he's going to sacrifice
So we're like,
himself."
"Oh, okay, well, here we go. Another one.
Another one.
Another one bites the dust."
Oh, no.
So we're like, well, okay, whatever.
Wasn't too sad about
Sorry, Axe. So Mando and Grogu find the entrance or the hallway that leads to where they're trying to get to.
Like multiple shields you have to take down.
And like between each of the shields, there are 2 stormtrooper guys there waiting to fight. Yeah. To fight him. So he gets R5 to take the shields down like one at a time so that he can take out the guys, beat them up, and then all right, do the next shield and everything. So they get down to the last shield, and R5 is taking his sweet time getting it because the mouse droid has come back.
Yep.
And sees R5 and is like, "Hey, you're not supposed to be here."
Yep. Sounds the alarm.
Well, first he's like, it's kind of like he looks like he's going, "Hey, what are you doing?" or whatever. And then R5 zaps him. Oh, and he runs off. So it's like, okay, well, there you go. So he heads off. But then he comes back and he's got friends.
Yeah.
And they have little sirens and everything.
Mouse droids just ramming into it.
And I'm like, are they just trying to like arrest him or something? I don't know what's happening. It was really funny though.
Yeah.
But he does manage to get that last shield down so that they can get through it. And then he flies away.
Yeah.
And as he flies away, he like kicks one of the mouse droids off into
flies off of the cliff. Like, oh no! We were so upset.
Yeah.
It was the saddest death in the show.
Oh man.
I felt worse about that than when Paz died.
That's pretty bad.
Like, no!
Oh, poor little mouse droid.
Yeah.
It's like, he was just doing his job,
He was.
Anyway, mouse droids are cute. They've gotten through all of the shields. They've taken out all of the guards.
Yep.
They go through the door. And what do they see? It's this chamber, and it's got a lot of little cloning.
Clones of Moff.
Yeah, of Moff Gideon. Yeah. It's like, what is going on? And my first thought was, oh my gosh, that's why he looked so weird. He was a clone. Yeah. So there was something off about him. No, it's just that he didn't have a mustache. Because I realized it later. I was like, oh, I'm so used to seeing Giancarlo Esposito with that mustache. And I guess he just didn't have it. I'm like,
I guess so.
Huh. I don't like it. It just doesn't look like him.
So you were happy all the clones died.
Yeah.
Since they didn't have a mustache.
Yeah. You can't have them. Mm-mm.
Yeah. They just blew them all up.
You gotta have that mustache. Yeah. So they blow them all up. Then
they go to confront him, basically.
Yeah. And meanwhile, the Mandalorians have shown up, the other Mandalorians, and they all start fighting with all the stormtroopers, and they all have jetpacks, and they're all fighting like mid-flight.
Yep.
So that was pretty fun.
That was nice. It's a good time.
So yeah, they go to confront Moff Gideon. He talks about how his clones were going to have the one thing he doesn't, the Force. Yeah, so. And
his, red guard take Grogu into the other room to rough him up a little bit, I guess.
Mando starts fighting Moff Gideon, and then, the Red Guards show up, and Grogu jumps out of IG-12 after they take him into the room, because they start, destroying IG-12, basically. So he has to jump out of it.
And he just runs from the scaffolding.
In the ceiling, yeah. And they're trying to hit him and everything, and it's not doing very well. Yep. Then Bo-Katan shows up and kind of helps in the fight with Moff Gideon.
Yeah.
So since she's shown up, Mando's like, I gotta go help my baby boy.
Yeah.
So he runs in there to save Grogu and everything.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of fighting. Yep. There's just a lot of fighting at this point.
Much.
I feel like I just don't have a lot of notes.
It's not really much. I mean,
really
unless we describe
about,
each fighting move.
Exactly.
There's just a lot of fighting.
Now, when I didn't put this in here for some reason, but while Bo-Katan and Moff Gideon are fighting and everything, he asks her to surrender again, and she's like, no, I'm not going to. And he destroys the Darksaber.
Right.
So, it's gone.
Yep.
I didn't realize you could do that, but...
There you go.
Okay, and I don't know if you can fix it. Who knows?
I don't know. It depends. I guess it depends on if the crystal's still...
Yeah, because I feel like it's different than all the other lightsabers, so I don't know.
You would think so.
I don't know what's different about it, though, because I don't know much about it.
Nope.
Other than what we've learned in this series.
Yep.
So Mando and Grogu, they take down the guards. Because Grogu's using the Force and Mando's using, his fists, I guess.
Amazing skills.
But they take them all down.
Yep.
They get back out there, and they're all three fighting Moff Gideon at this point, I think. And meanwhile, Axe Woves is crashing the ship.
Yeah, he's like, I'm just going to dive bomb this ship into the base.
Into the base, yep. So he's like, everybody get out because I'm coming in hot.
Yep.
And he flies himself out of there once
he
sets
gets
the
out.
Course and everything. And it's like, so he's not going to sacrifice himself.
Yeah.
Oh, good for him.
A little disappointing, I guess. But he is smarter than Paz, is what you're saying.
I guess so.
Unnecessary sacrifice.
He's like, I don't have to kill myself. I can
Wait a second.
I can just jump out of here. I got a jetpack. I'm good.
Yeah.
So he gets out of there, and of course it crashes into the base.
I mean, it crashes into that hole more than the base, really.
But I mean, the base is in that hole, so
kinda. I mean, it's kind of to the sides. I think there's going to be a lot of base left.
Well, probably, but I don't know.
Because it really just burned the edges of it.
I guess so.
Because Mando and Grogu were fine, and Bo-Katan, they didn't. I mean.
They were fine because there was a force field around them.
Yeah, but that's not going into any of the other rooms.
Well, Moff Gideon was not fine. It kills Moff Gideon, so supposedly.
We think.
He could have other clones somewhere that we don't know about.
They did not confirm that kill, though. They did not find him.
Okay. Well,
did you see Breaking Bad? He walked out of that room after being blown up, half his face gone.
Yeah, and then he
adjusted his tie. Yeah, but he adjusted that tie.
And then he died.
He can adjust that tie without the Force. Think what he could do with the Force. But he has no Force. Or does he have the Force? He doesn't have the Force.
Moff Gideon is not Gus Fring, okay? Stop it.
These are the same characters.
Moff Gideon doesn't have a mustache. I don't even remember if Gus Fring did. I feel like he did.
Maybe.
I feel like that's how I see Giancarlo Esposito as Gus Fring. So, I don't know. Anyway, since there's fire like everywhere, Mando, Bo-Katan, and Grogu are all huddled up together. Mm-hmm. And Grogu puts a force field around them so that the fire can't get to them. And they're all alive. They're fine.
Yep.
Cute little happy family.
Yep.
Not really, but whatever. But yeah, they're good.
They are.
So now they have retaken Mandalore. Mm-hmm. They go to the Living Waters to do their little ceremony and everything. Mm-hmm. So Ragnar, Paz's son, that was training and everything with Grogu. It's time for him to take the creed or whatever.
Yep. Get dipped.
So he does, and so now he's an apprentice.
Yeah.
Instead of whatever he was before.
Foundling.
I guess, just a foundling. So I'm assuming that Axe Woves is going to be...
They were next to each other.
His master or whatever kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because, they were together.
Because him and Paz were such good friends after that fight they had over a game of chess.
Yeah.
Or whatever it was.
Anyway, so, and then Din's like, all right, time for Grogu to become an apprentice.
Uh-huh.
And
so says I'm.
And so the armorer's like, no, he's too young. He can't even speak, so he can't.
I thought he was going to speak. I really thought he was going to.
So he can't, say the creed and everything.
Yeah.
And besides...
Can you take me?
Oh, God. Gross. He says something, Din says something about Grogu's family.
Yeah, it's like the parents can sign off on it or whatever.
It, yeah. And she's like, well, his parents are we don't know where his parents are, and he's like, well, I'm going to officially adopt him then. Yeah. He is my baby boy now.
Oh, it's a little bit
my 50-year-old baby boy. So yeah, he officially adopts Grogu, and they name him Din Grogu. Oh. Mandalorian apprentice.
Oh, so sweet. Yay.
People were mad, of course, because they named him Din Grogu instead of Grogu Jaren.
Who cares?
Because it's like nobody knew if Din was his first name or his last name. Yeah. Apparently it's his last name.
Okay.
So it's like maybe because people are like, well, but Bo-Katan Kryze is her last name, and this person's last name, Boba Fett, is Jango Fett's son. It's like, yeah, but Din Djarin isn't technically from Mandalore.
Yeah.
Where he's from, that may be how his name is.
Yeah. So, and who cares?
Exactly. Also, it's cute. Big time. Don't. Just leave me alone,
just leave it alone. Just like Grogu, be happy.
Exactly. He has a dad now, okay?
And he can call him whatever he wants.
He has a family. It's sweet. Leave it alone. So, they go to the forge and relight that.
Yep.
And there we go. They have retaken Mandalore.
That's all it took. The Mythosaur's still under there.
Mythosaur's still down there.
Just chilling.
Grogu can sense it down there.
Yeah.
Yep. Don't know what's going to happen with it, but it's there.
If anything.
Yep. So then we catch back up with Carson Teva, the fighter pilot guy, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Mando wants to be an independent contractor now because he's used to doing bounty hunting and stuff, but he wants to work for the New Republic, doing bounty hunting for them, I guess.
Do stuff on the Outer Rim where they don't have authority, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So he's like, all right, sounds good. We'll get it worked out for you.
Table.
Mm-hmm. Grogu sees that there are all these like heads above the bar at this tavern thing that they're at. One of them is an IG head.
Yeah.
He's like, coo. He gives at it. He's like, ooh, goo, goo, gaga, whatever.
Wow, nailed it.
Perfect impersonation. But Mando's like, that's not him. That's not IG-11, IG-12, whoever you want to call him. Whatever. He gets his name changed a lot. But he takes the head. He's like, I want that. They're like, okay, sure, whatever. So he takes it. Back on Navarro, Grief Karga's there. He's like, I'm going to give you this little hut out on the outskirts.
Cabin out there.
Yep, cabin out there. You can hang out here while you're not on your adventures and stuff.
Yep.
Doing your apprentice thing with Grogu. Mm-hmm. He's like, and also look what else I brought to you, Grief Karga. It's IG-11.
Yeah.
Here he comes, and he's like, he's the new Marshal of Navarro.
Yeah. Like, hello, everybody.
Yeah. That sounded exactly like Taika Waititi. Good job. So yeah, the next thing they show, they're out there in their little cabin.
Mm-hmm. Mando's got his feet up on the porch.
Mm-hmm. Grogu's out there floating frogs.
Screwing with frogs.
And then that's it.
That's the little Looney Tunes circle out there.
It just goes around Grogu and then it goes away. And it's like,
that's
there we
all,
go.
folks.
Yep.
I was like, is that it? I didn't know this was potentially the last episode of Mandalorian.
Yeah, they have, as far as I know, they haven't said anything about a season 4.
Yeah.
I think they just left it open, like, sure, we can add stuff if we get a season 4, but if we don't, this ties it up neatly.
Well, one of the movies is going to be wrapping up all the Mandalorian stuff.
Yeah, well, I think not just Mandalorian stuff,
like everything.
Right? All of the TV show kind of things, maybe. So, well, I guess not. I guess not. What TV show am I thinking of?
Boba Fett.
No, because Boba Fett would probably be in it. The one that takes place before... What is his name? Why can I think of Obi-Wan?
Obi-Wan.
Oh my god, the Kenobi one.
Yeah. The Kenobi one, Benobi one.
Kenobi Benobi, that one.
Obi-Wan, Benobi one.
Because Kenobi takes place way before all of the stuff in this.
That pretty much got wrapped up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Well, I thought this was a good episode.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. A lot of good fighting. A lot of exciting stuff happening.
I did say
probably the best thing about this season.
Yeah, I did say that when the Mandalorians and the Stormtroopers were fighting each other mid-air, that it looked like a bunch of bees just fighting each other.
It did, yeah.
But, I mean, hey, call it like it is.
Cool bees.
A bunch of cool bees.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked it. I think it wrapped it up really well, too. So if they don't have another season, that's fine. I'll miss Mando and Grogu.
They gotta keep Grogu going in some regard.
I would think so.
In some kind of show, yeah.
Yeah.
Or movie or something.
Specials or something.
Maybe when Rey reforms the Jedis.
Maybe
she'll have Grogu in there for some reason.
Maybe Grogu will show up and be like, I'm here to help. And he'll be like in his 80s.
No. Well, it's still baby form though.
Yeah.
Then maybe he'll be adorable.
Maybe he'll be like, I'm here to help. Is that better?
Yes. Yes. Cuckoo.
Cuckoo gaga, I'm here to help. Because, by that point, he'll be like 85 to 90, something like that.
But what does that mean for their people?
For his...
That still could be a child. Who knows?
Species? I don't know.
Yeah. None of us know. So...
If maybe like there's like a big growth spurt between like 55 and 80.
Grogu. Oh,
I don't want another Teen Groot situation.
Grogu with acne.
Ew. Stop.
Braces. Oh, that would be great though.
Just kidding. Love all you. Oh gosh. There's nothing wrong with teens. Don't. All you guys that listen to us,
You'll be all right one day. It'll pass. Overall, the season was weird.
Yeah.
It was a strange season.
Yeah.
Just sort of kind of mishmash of stuff. So yeah, it was a little unfocused. It could have used a little more focus throughout the season.
Yeah.
Without like hurrying to the next thing, like doing everything in one episode.
Yeah.
And what was the whole... Did we need the whole scientist thing?
Not
How
really.
unnecessary was all that?
Yeah, it was pretty unnecessary.
Unless it's going to come in, like, during the movie or something.
I mean, I know that there was that one part where, somebody was asking about Dr. Pershing and everything, but it's like, you could have just not even said anything.
Yeah, who cares?
You could have literally just said, had Moff Gideon say, oh, don't worry, we took care of him.
Yeah.
I didn't need a whole episode following what he was doing in the New Republic.
Yeah. I would have never asked what happened.
No, I would have been like, oh, well, I guess they just killed him. Okay.
Maybe they wanted to show why he had clones, but who cares? Just show him with clones. I don't care.
We already know that they did cloning stuff.
Yeah. Just do it.
Because we already knew that Dr. Pershing was doing cloning stuff. That's why he needed Grogu in the first place.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, sure, we met Elia Kane, but you could have just shown a little flashback of her on Moff Gideon's ship, because apparently she was there.
Yeah.
And then show her being a spy or whatever.
But we don't even need her spying.
No,
Nothing really happened with her. Like,
no.
I guess she tipped him off a little bit, but who cares?
I mean, she was with like Tim Meadows, but
yeah,
didn't really need her for that either. Could have just had Tim Meadows being like, "No, they didn't sign the treaty. We're not going to do anything for Navarro."
It was all so unnecessary.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was dumb.
But at least we got to see them licking plastic popsicles.
Yeah, that was so stupid. Oh boy.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I know that I love Star Wars.
Yeah.
I think it's okay for you to be annoyed at some of the stuff they do sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, I still do generally enjoy, most of the stuff that I watch that is Star Wars related. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, but some of the stuff, I'm just like, why? Why?
Dumb sometimes.
There was no reason for this.
Yeah, it's true.
Man. We could have had more adventures with Grogu and Mando flying around doing stuff. Even have more of him, of Grogu training with the Mandalorians. Because we had that one little tiny thing where he...
Yeah, just shot...
shoots little paintballs or whatever at the other kid.
That was it.
Wow, want some training. He's ready to be an apprentice.
Yeah. He's ready to go.
We even had more training. We saw more of his Jedi training than we did of that. Because there was a whole, at least 15 minutes, it seems like, of Boba Fett where we saw him training with Luke.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he's ready to be an apprentice. Sure.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I still liked it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like anything probably with Grogu.
Yeah.
And Mando.
Yeah.
I did like Bo-Katan.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people didn't like it because it was like she was taking over the show or whatever.
I think so. I like Bo-Katan just fine. Yeah. I didn't expect to, but I did. I think it was good overall, but yeah, it was just some weird choices. Probably could have done better. All right, well, let's move on then.
Okay.
To our next Marvel movie, which is Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yeah.
Getting ready for Guardians of the Galaxy 3 coming out soon.
Yeah.
Getting excited for that.
Couple of weeks.
So, Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Mm-hmm.
In theaters, out of theaters. What was your thought going in? Anything going on?
Well, I had seen the first one and liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I did not see this one in the theater.
Okay.
I guess I saw this one. I'm not sure. I guess I just rented it or whatever. I don't really know.
From your Blockbuster?
No. No. Probably had it from the library, honestly. Or Redbox or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the first Guardians better, but I didn't hate this one.
Yeah.
It has some moments that I did really like. Now, my mom, she saw this before she saw the first Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
So, of the two, this one is her favorite.
Yeah.
She really liked it. And she was like, oh, this is so fun. I'm like, have you seen the first one? She's like, no. But she really liked this one. And then we did eventually watch the first one together. And she was like, I still like the second one better.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I remember going to see this big group of people.
Okay.
And I was very excited, but I was also confused because I'd heard Ego was in it. Mm-hmm. So I was excited about that, but I was like, how's that going to work? Yeah.
Why is he there?
And then it sounded like they were going to make him his father or whatever. And I was like,
he's not his father.
That's strange. Okay, well, we'll see how this goes. So, I didn't know exactly how it was going. And I remember going and seeing it, and I was disappointed because I thought it was trying too hard. And I thought a lot of the jokes weren't great. So going into this, I was like, I wonder how I'm going to feel this time. And I think I liked it more this time.
Yeah, I think I liked it more this time too.
There were still a couple of jokes that I was like, okay, that was unnecessary. It kind of felt like they were just kind of trying to pack in just a lot of jokes. And especially with Drax. They were like, oh, people like Drax. Yeah. Let's just have Drax go crazy in this one. And a lot of time Drax was very funny in this one, so which is good. But yeah, it just sometimes felt a little much. But I definitely did like this one more this time. So that was good. I'm glad. This is only the second time I've seen this. I haven't seen it since I first saw it.
Yeah, I think this is the second time I've seen it too. Which would make sense because most of these, it's the second time I've seen it.
I've seen most of these.
I usually see it once and I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
I got the gist.
There are a few of them that I've seen more than once, but most of them it's just one. It's one and done, and I'm like, I don't have to watch this again. But, but I'm glad I did. It was fun. Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we should get into it then.
Okay.
Talk about what happened in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Mm-hmm. All right. We're in Missouri.
Yes, 1980.
Earth. 1984,
exactly.
You said?
80. Just
80. Just 80, okay. Kurt Russell. Hot and young.
Yep. Driving in his car.
Yep, with his lady.
Yep. Don't remember what the car was, but it was the colors of it were the same colors as Peter's spaceship.
Nice.
Anyway, but they're cruising down the highway listening to Brandy, you're a fine girl.
Yep.
Which was stuck in my head.
Until the Mentos
song got stuck in my head. And then Mentos has been there. But now Brandy's going to be back in there probably. So thanks for that. Yeah,
it's a good song though.
Yeah. They're driving. They're driving around. They go to a Dairy Queen. They don't actually go in the Dairy Queen. They walk in the woods behind the Dairy Queen.
Yeah. I love Dairy Queen. Big part of my childhood because I lived in a very small town with only like little bit bigger towns around me. And like the nearest like fast food place was Dairy Queen. So we'd go there, get some treats and eats at Dairy Queen. So I enjoyed it. Sometimes my grandparents would take us there for a special meal. It was nice. I have a lot of fond memories about Dairy Queen. I might go into some more later.
Okay.
It's a Texas stop sign is Dairy Queen.
Oh.
DQ, that's what I like about Texas.
Stop. Texas. Why? Why are you like this? I love you, but why are you like this? Oh my gosh. So, I also used to go to Dairy Queen a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But it was not the only fast food place. I mean, there was nowhere near where I lived. Yeah. You had to go like 20 minutes away to get any.
Well, that's how far we'd have to go like 15.
But once you got there, it was like, there was everything. Yeah. Pretty much. Well, not everything, but there was a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But Dairy Queen, we would go there a pretty good bit because, it was good.
It was. It was good.
Ice cream. I usually got the ice cream, but occasionally I get their food, but...
Yeah. They would have the Hunger Busters, the Belt Buster, which was the bigger Hunger Buster. They don't have those anymore. They changed their burgers up.
Oh, they were burgers? Okay. Yeah.
And
because I'm like, the only Buster I know is the Peanut Buster, which is
Peanut Buster Parfait, baby.
Exactly.
Yeah. The burgers, I feel like, used to be better. They revamped them. Like, as soon as I left Texas, they changed
a lot of stuff, I think. Because I think they changed their recipe for their chicken tenders also.
Did they?
Or chicken fingers, whatever. Because I used to get their chicken fingers, and then I got them like a few years later, and I was like, oh, this is not right. The same.
I don't remember. Do they still have steak fingers?
Probably not. It wasn't on the menu when I looked.
Yeah, because those were good.
Okay.
Well, I think my brother used to get those a lot.
Okay.
The steak finger basket. You get steak fingers, you get fries, you Texas toast, you get some gravy. You dip those fries in that toast and that gravy. Mm-hmm. Girl.
Not the steak fingers?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
But they give you a lot of gravy.
Okay.
You had enough gravy.
It is all about the gravy.
So there was so much gravy.
Like, I mean, they brought you like a whole bucket of gravy. Oh, it was like just a whole gravy boat.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, man.
All right, I'm done.
Enough about Dairy Queen, though. So they walk behind
for now.
Yeah, for now. They walk behind the Dairy Queen. They're in the woods. There is something growing in the ground.
Yeah, he planted
it there.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, that's cool. And I'm so glad that I'm dating a star man or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, spaceman.
Yeah.
Well, you're not going to be happy about that later, but okay.
Yeah, it's not going to work out well for you.
No. So, there we go. That's Peter Quill's mom and dad.
They kissy, and then we're out.
Then it's 34 years later.
Yep.
This takes place like 2 months or something after the first movie.
Oh, really?
Something like that.
I don't know the timeline.
It's really soon after the first movie.
Okay.
They are at some place called the Sovereign.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a bunch of planets together.
Yeah.
There's a beast that is supposedly coming for some batteries that are there.
Yeah, I'm going to feast on them batteries.
And so they've got to stop it. They've been hired to stop it.
Mm-hmm. And from the previews, I thought it was maybe going to be Shumagorath. I always think it's going to be Shumagorath, but it's never Shumagorath.
Okay.
Sadly. It's just some guy.
Just some guy.
Some tentacle monster.
Just some beast. So it shows up. They start playing some music because Rocket has like set up a sound system so that they can listen to music.
Peter likes music.
Yeah, but Peter's like, I didn't ask you to do this. Yeah, so they start the music.
Yeah.
It's Mr. Blue Sky.
Groot just
Baby Groot's just dancing around while everybody else is fighting.
Yeah. They don't even really focus on the fight.
Oh, no. I was like,
Groot dancing.
I was like, I'm here for Baby Groot.
Yeah.
I don't care about the fighting. So, yeah, just watching him
fun.
Dancing around. It was great. At one point, Drax gets thrown onto the sound system and messes it, breaks it. So the music stops and Baby Groot just starts kicking him.
Yeah.
He's like, you messed with the music.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Drax knows that skin's impenetrable. You can't get through it. So he's got to go inside.
The skin is thinner on the inside. So he just jumps into the mouth. And Gamora's just like, no, stop. What are you doing? Don't go in there. She's like, this idiot. It's not going to be thinner scanner on the inside. It's skin. It's going to be the same. So they have to, there's like a spot on its neck.
Yeah, it's got a wound on his neck.
It's got a wound, so if they can get to that, then they can kill it.
Yeah.
So Gamora goes in. She tries to shoot, and I think it
ammo.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, she's got no ammo because she's like the sword person. She has her sword, but she has her gun for this fight. And Peter's like, no, but I'm the gun person. You're the sword person. But she ends up throwing that gun away, and she grabs her sword.
Yep.
Flicks it out and runs in there, slices through, and Drax it falls over. Yeah, Drax comes out. He's covered in like this yellow goo. It's real gross. And he's like, I did it. I single-handedly took down the monster. Yep. It's like, you idiot. But yeah, so they took it down. They did it. They did what they were supposed to do.
They won.
They are talking about the batteries. They're Anulax batteries.
I think you'll find they're Hyperion batteries.
It's like, no, that's not even close to right. Oh, goodness. So they go to the Sovereign, who, there's like a person who's in charge, like a high priestess. Aisha.
Yeah. Aisha was also known as her.
Yes.
And something. Mm-hmm. Yeah. She was the first, like, version of Adam Warlock. The first attempt, and then Adam Warlock was made after her.
And Adam Warlock is also known as him.
Yep.
So it's him and her.
Him and her.
So they go to speak to her, and they're like, all right, we want what you promised. So they bring out Nebula, because they have Nebula. And Nebula, there's a bounty on Xandar for her. So they're going to take her and get that bounty.
Yep.
So the High Priestess is kind of annoying. Yeah. And she's like, oh, I'm better than all of you kind of thing. Yeah. Rocket does not like this.
No.
He's like saying, he's very passive. Really he's pretty passive aggressive about it and everything. He starts like winking at.
Yeah, but he winks with the wrong eye.
With the wrong eye. Although they still would have seen with the other eye, but whatever. It's fine.
Yeah.
So they're not very happy with the Guardians in the first place, but they're like, whatever. We paid them. They did what they came to do. So it's fine.
Our batteries are fine.
But their batteries are not fine because Rocket grabbed them.
He stole a few.
He stole them. They're in his little pouch. Drax knows about it, but he's keeping the secret for now.
Yeah, he thinks it's funny.
He's like, this is hilarious. And just laughs and laughs and laughs. Because that's what Drax does a lot in this movie. He just laughs.
She asked Peter about his dad, who his dad is, and stuff. And that just made him mad.
Yeah. So they start heading out.
And he does say Missouri instead of Missouri.
Okay.
So I don't think he's really from Missouri.
Is that actually how you're supposed to say it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I'm not from Missouri. But I had talked to people from Missouri.
Isn't what's his face the director? Isn't he from there?
James Gunn?
Maybe he's not.
I don't know. James Gunn, where are you from? Maybe he thinks he's too good for Missouri. Come on, Gunn. James Gunn is from... Yeah, he's from Missouri.
That's what I thought. So he didn't say anything about it, and his brother Sean Gunn didn't say anything about it?
I'm just saying.
Come on, guys.
They maybe they're... I don't know.
Maybe they have forgotten their roots.
They have. They need to get back in touch with their Missouri roots. Everybody from Missouri is so mad right now. Like, we don't say Missouri. I think they do. I think you do. I did work with a woman once who was from Missouri, and she said, it's Missouri.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
I went to school with a girl who was born in Missouri, and she did not say it that way, but she was only born there. She didn't live there very long,
Yeah. Maybe it's a generational thing, too. Maybe. Who knows?
Hopefully it's not like a Nevada kind of thing where people are like, no, it's Nevada.
Yeah.
So I try to say Nevada.
Yeah.
Although it sounds kind of weird. It's like, Nevada. Nevada.
People say Ticas a lot instead of Texas. I don't know why.
I'll say Tejas.
You been down to Ticas? Nobody says that.
I'm like, no, they don't. I do say Tejas, though, sometimes.
Tejas? Yeah, it's your Spanish roots.
Sure. Anyway. What were we talking about? Why do we do this?
Missouri.
Okay.
They leave.
Yes, they leave. And as they're leaving, they don't get very far when the Sovereign show up in their little spaceships.
Yeah, they got a lot of ships.
They're chasing after them. Why are they chasing after us? Probably because Rocket grabbed those batteries. It's like, oh gosh, no. Yep. What are you doing? Why are you when'd you do this? Well, they were jerks, you know?
Yeah.
So they have to evade those guys.
Yeah, shoot them a lot, go into a quantum meteorite field.
Yeah, and there's a gate on the other side where they can jump through to the
nearest planet.
Yep, exactly. The nearest planet is going to be Bearheart, by the way. So that's where they're trying to get to, but they have to go through through the asteroid field or whatever it is. Rocket is like, oh, well, this is perfect. I can get us through this. And Peter's like, no, I'm going to get us through this. Yeah. And they're fighting over who is in control of the ship. And as you all know, when everyone's in control, no one is.
Yeah. So they're just about to jump, but they're in trouble. They're about to die.
Yeah, they get hit by a couple of things, I think.
Yeah, and all the ships went around the meteor field, so they're just coming for them.
And the thing about the ships is there aren't actually people in those. They're just controlled remotely from
like in a big arcade.
Yeah, exactly.
Thing,
yeah, it even has like arcade sounds and everything. Yeah. It sounds like they're playing Asteroids or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're all converging together to stop them.
Yeah.
But this mysterious ship goes by, and there's a guy just standing on top of it. Yeah, it's like, and he kind of waves at him. Yeah. And Rocket's like, well, that's weird. And then all the ships explode.
Yeah, he blows them all up.
Yep, and they make it through the gate, and they crash land on Bearheart. Meanwhile, Drax is like...
Yeah, he's hanging out the back. He was shooting the last ship.
Exactly. Yeah. So he's just kind of flying out, attached still. Gamora's trying to hold him. Keep him tethered in there. And they managed to all survive.
Yep, so, amazingly.
Good for them.
Even Groot, who's just sitting there eating candy.
Yeah.
Not buckled in.
Not buckled in at all. He's just eating M&Ms or something. And they still have Nebula, of course. She's got manacles and everything shackled up. Yeah, so, but they all make it. Even Drax, who just kind of hits the ground and starts laughing.
Yeah, he had a good time.
Yep. So,
he was just bouncing off trees.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. But they're kind of stuck there now because they have to repair the ship before they can go anywhere.
Yep. The other ship lands.
Yes, the ship that saved them, followed them through the gate and lands there, and these two people come out of it.
Yep. And it's Kurt Russell.
Yep. And we're like, wait a minute. Didn't we see him at the beginning of this movie?
Yeah, we did.
So yeah, he shows up and he has a girl with him.
Yep.
This is Ego, of course. And Mantis.
Yeah.
So we'll see Mantis a lot in the future. I like Mantis.
Yeah, Mantis is cool.
She's cute.
Ego in the comics is a living planet. He's an actual planet.
Yep.
That is alive. His backstory's kind of changed. He started out as like a scientist that got merged with the planet.
Okay.
When a sun exploded or something. And then another time later on, he was created by the Stranger, him and anti-ego? Alter ego.
Alter ego?
Yeah.
Okay. Ego and alter ego?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Is there also an id and a super id?
Not that I know of. I mean, there might be somewhere out there. I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay.
But, yeah. So, he's a planet with like a beard.
Yeah, with like a face and everything. Yeah, it's weird.
He's so weird, man. It's such a weird idea.
It would be very easy to describe it to somebody, though, if you were, I don't know, say, trying to describe different characters from Marvel and DC Comics.
That's true. It's true.
You could just be like, it's a big planet with a face and a beard. Ego. Yes, perfect. Got it. So,
but that's why I was so confused about whenever they announced Ego. I was like,
how are they going to do that? What are they doing?
Ego? Yeah. Really? They're going to do Ego? The planet? Okay, here we go.
But he has a human body.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I forget if they talk at first or if they just show up and then it goes to the next person. I forget. I think he does say, I'm Ego, and he says, oh yeah, he does tell him that he's Peter's father at this point.
Dad, yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm your dad.
Yeah.
I'm your dad. Boogie, boogie, boogie.
You're my dad.
Yeah. So we move over to Contraxia.
Yeah.
Yondu and his Ravager friends are there. They're just chilling. Yondu has a shirtless scene. Look at that. Go Michael Rooker.
Contraxia in the comics is where Jack of Heart's mom came from.
Okay.
she came to Earth and had Jack of Hearts. And then that's it. Jack of Hearts. I like Jack of Hearts.
Good for her.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Anyway, but here it's a brothel.
Yes. Yeah. He goes down to, like, there's a courtyard or whatever out front. And there are some other Ravagers there. Sylvester Stallone is there. He plays Stakar. Is that his name? Stakar? Apparently they were friends before, but Yondu...
They're friends.
They were friends. But Yondu did something that was against the Ravager code. And so they kind of kicked him out of the main Ravager group or whatever for that.
Apparently
for breaking
there's
the code.
100 groups. And he's like, you just lost the business of 99 of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Stallone was pretty good in this, I gotta say. He was...
Yeah, it was fine.
I enjoyed him. I enjoyed him.
I mean, he's not bad all the time,
actor.
you know?
Yeah. So they leave. They're like, we're not going to be here at this brothel. We're better than us. We also see Howard the dog.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's there.
Hanging around, doing his thing.
Yeah. Also, Stallone, or Stakar, has some other people with him, and one of them is...
Martin X. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's like this diamond face guy.
Diamond Faith.
Diamond Faith. He's got a real Emma Frost in X-Men First Class look to him.
Yeah.
So anyway, they were like the part of like the original Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll see more of them later.
Yeah, because we do see some more of those Ravagers.
Yeah.
So he leaves. Stallone's character, he gets out of there. He's like, we don't have anything to do with this. He gets out of there. And after they head out, the Sovereign show up. The High Priestess is there. She's like, I need your help, Yondu. What's his last name?
I don't remember.
Something. You should totally not cut that because I sound like an idiot. What's his name?
It's coming to me.
Eventually I'm gonna get it. Oh my god. Oh, it's Udanta.
Okay.
Yondu Udanta. Gotcha. Oh my gosh. I was so close, man.
You were. This was kind of another joke that it was just not necessary, and I didn't think it landed well. Yeah, where they're unrolling the carpet and it gets stuck and they're just waiting and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're kind of doing, but it's just...
It was unnecessary.
Yeah.
So, anyway, but she wants Yondu's help because she knows that, I guess he knows the Guardians. Mm-hmm. She wants those batteries back, man.
She does.
So, he's like, all right, I'll help you.
Yep.
Back on Bearheart, Ego wants to take Peter to his home planet.
Right.
He's like, I've been searching for you. Yondu was supposed to bring you to me, and he never showed up and everything. So now I've been trying to find you, and now I have. So I want you to come back home with me.
I'll show you the world.
Shining, shimmering, splendid.
Yep. So him and Gamora and Drax go with Ego and Rocket, Groot, and Nebula stay behind.
Because Rocket's got to work on fixing that ship.
Yep.
So, they head out in Ego's ship. While they're in there, they find out that Mantis has empathic abilities. So she can feel what other people are feeling when she touches them. And she can change their feelings, too. Which she usually only uses that to help Ego fall asleep.
Right.
So, so she touches Peter, and she's like, oh, you feel love. It's like, platonic love for all my friends. It's like, no,
for
romantic
her.
love for her. And he's so embarrassed.
Yeah, Drax loves it.
Yeah, and then so Drax is laughing. She touches Drax, and she's like, oh, I feel humor. Yeah. So they're laughing and everything, and laughing and pointing at Peter. Yeah. And then she goes to touch Gamora, and Gamora's like, no.
Not happening.
Not happening. You touch me, I kill you. Basically. But so they find out a little bit about Mantis there. Mm-hmm. Back on Bearheart, the Ravagers have arrived, and they find the ship.
Rocket's booby-trapped the whole deal.
You can hear him humming like he's working on the ship and everything, but he's not actually in the ship. He's in a tree. He's got
setting off bombs. Yep.
So
pretty fun sequence.
Yeah. He takes out a bunch of them, and then he gets surrounded though by Yondu and all the rest.
Yeah, he gets that arrow gets right up to his face.
Yep.
So he's in trouble.
Exactly. So meanwhile, inside the ship, Groot is like, I'm so worried about Rocket, and he's so cute and everything. And Nebula's like, I can save him if you just let me go.
Yeah.
And so he does. He does eventually let her go. Yeah. Gets rid of her restraints and everything.
Mm-hmm. But Yondu's like, let's not take them back to the Sovereign. Let's just go sell those batteries. Those are worth at least $250,000.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so Taserface is like, why would we want to get $250,000 when we could get
the million?
and
That's a third of the amount.
That's a third of the amount. And then somebody else is like, no, a quarter is 25. It's only 25, like 25 units or whatever. And it's like, what? Oh my gosh, these guys are dumb.
But they're rattling around for a mutiny.
Yep. Even Kraglin is like, going against Yondu.
It's like you're always getting Peter a pass.
Exactly. You never give us a pass. Exactly. Yeah. And so Yondu's trying to stop a mutiny from happening and everything. And then suddenly he gets shot. His fin gets shot off, and he falls down. And it's Nebula there. And she's like, well, hello, boys.
And she blasts Rocket.
Exactly.
She
knocks him out.
Yep, they're in trouble.
Yep. So we go back to Ego. He owns his own planet. Mm-hmm. That's what the story is at first.
Yeah. Didn't he say he created it?
I don't know.
Because he says he's a Celestial.
Well, first, he says he's... Well, I think first maybe he doesn't say it. I think Peter's like, you own your own planet.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is. But yeah, he's like, he's a Celestial.
Yeah.
He created the planet.
It. Which Ego is not a Celestial.
Okay.
Celestials are the Celestials.
Yes.
Which we see them in Eternals.
Yes.
So I was mad about that.
Okay, I figured.
Like, he's not a Celestial. He's just a big planet.
He's just a planet, man. Yeah.
So, yeah.
So he kind of tells a little bit about his story, how he was alone in the universe and he created a planet around himself and everything. And then he created like a human form and decided to go explore the universe so that he could try to find life out there. Mm-hmm. And he did find life. And he found Peter's mom and he fell in love. Yeah. But he couldn't stay because if he stayed, the light from the planet would die.
Yeah, he has to come back and recharge at his planet.
Exactly. So, but he's like, but I did love your mom.
Yeah, and everything. She was the best. Mm-hmm. I've been waiting for you to come.
Yep, to come see me and everything.
I've been looking for you.
And of course, Drax is immediately like, did you make a penis?
Do you have a penis?
For yourself? Do you have a penis?
And Peter is
we don't need to know this.
I was like, dude, stop.
We don't need to, I don't need to know about this.
To know any
and Drax is like, but my father, every whatever holiday it was, would tell the story.
It was the winter solstice.
Yes, would tell the story of his consummation or whatever, or my
how he
conception.
Conceived us with my mother.
Exactly, it was beautiful. It's like, you Earth people are so weird.
Which Drax is a human. Drax is a human turned into like a killing machine by Kronos. So his human dad was telling him on every winter solstice.
Oh my gosh! When you hear it like that,
it gets weirder.
But I mean, they don't say that he's a human though.
No, they've kind of rewritten Drax.
I'm like, I don't think he's supposed to be a human in this.
Yeah, he's not really.
Because Peter's actually supposed to be the only human. Because Mantis is supposed to be human also in the comic books.
Oh, yeah, she is.
But she's not in this because they want Peter to be the only human.
Yeah.
So anyway. But anyway, he's like, yes, I have a penis. Yes. And they all kind of look. Nice. Yeah, and they all just kind of look at him like, huh.
Peter's disgusted.
Yeah, exactly. They all have different faces and different reactions. It's really funny to see, to like look at each one of them, just see how each one of them reacts. Oh goodness. So then, he's told his story and everything. We go back to the Ravagers. They're throwing out all of Yondu's men out into space.
All the loyal ones. Mm-hmm. That was sad. Yeah. I liked the Scottish guy.
It was sad. I liked him too.
He was a nice guy.
I know. I was like, no, you can't do that to him.
He was just trying to keep the peace.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they throw a bunch of them out. They're just floating out in space.
Yep. They did.
And Taserface is the new captain.
Yep. And he proclaims it. And Rocket finds his name very funny.
Rocket it's hilarious. Like, it's not that funny.
It's a terrible name.
It's a terrible name, but it's not that funny.
And the fact that he's a real character makes it even worse. That they actually did name somebody that.
Taserface.
It's so dumb.
Yeah. And it's not even his real name. It's just something he came up with.
Yeah.
Because he thought it was like menacing or whatever.
Yeah, it was very frightening.
It's like, really? You think Taser faces. Okay. Do you tase people with your face? No? Okay. Anyway, they don't kill Yondu.
No.
Or Rocket.
Nope, they lock him up.
Because Nebula's like, that's enough killing for today, or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then she's like, but I'm gonna go.
So, I gotta go find my sister, kill her. You get it. All right, bye.
So they give her a ship, and she just flies off. Mm-hmm. Back on the planet, on Ego's planet, Peter and Ego are talking about the light in the planet, and how Peter can summon it himself. And so he does, and he makes a little ball out of it, and they play catch. Aww. He's playing catch with his dad.
Child arrived just the other day.
Oh my gosh. I think this may also be where, it may be later, but Drax and Mantis, they talk.
Oh, yeah. Probably. Talking outside.
Yeah, they're talking outside.
He tells her she's ugly a lot in this movie.
He's so mean to her.
But he's like, I'm telling you the truth. You are hideous. You revolt me.
You're hideous.
Jeez, dude.
Like, oh my gosh, that's so mean. She's not.
She isn't. He's just weird, man.
Exactly. Yeah. But he also, she touches him because he says something about his daughter, because there's like a pool or something in front of him, or like a little pond or something. And he's like, it makes me think of my daughter or whatever. She touches him and she feels like his sadness and starts crying.
Yeah.
Which was really sad.
Yep.
Because, he's doesn't cry. He's very stoic. Mm-hmm. But that shows you inside, that's how he's feeling.
Just toe up from the flow
up. Exactly.
That's how I describe my emotions when I'm sad.
Yeah.
I am toe up from the flow up.
I usually just say I'm in a glass case of emotion, but, whatever.
Each their own.
Mm-hmm. Taserface decides that he's going to send Yondu and Rocket to the Kree because they both have a...
Well, she's about to tell Drax something.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, I gotta tell you something.
And then
Gamora comes out, and she stops. Yeah. And is like, what are you about to say there?
Yeah, exactly.
And we don't know.
No.
But anyway, then we go to...
Well, I think there's another scene with them where they're walking.
Where they talk.
They're just going to...
But we were wondering, what were you going to say?
Yeah, exactly. But they're going to wherever they're staying on the planet, wherever their rooms are or whatever. And Gamora does ask, what were you going to say? But she doesn't make her say, No. So, okay. Whatever. But yeah, Taserface is going to send Yondu and Rocket to the Kree, because Yondu at least has a bounty on him. The Kree have a bounty on Yondu. Probably on Rocket too, because...
Probably. He's always doing something.
Exactly.
Well, they might send him to the Sovereign.
Maybe.
Stole those batteries.
Yeah. So they put him in a cage, basically, and they leave him there overnight. They go off, they do their own thing. They're not going to kill Groot or anything, though, because he's too cute. He's too adorable to kill.
And they're messing with him.
Yeah, but they're messing with him. They're, putting,
They gave him a little uniform.
Yeah, they're, pouring drinks on him and everything.
Something on him, yeah.
Kicking him around a little bit. It's like, why are you doing this to Groot?
Poor little Groot.
He's so sweet.
Yeah.
So he finally goes to where they're caged up and everything.
Yeah,
he's slowly sad walks over there. It's like, oh man, what did they do to you? Yeah. It's so cute.
Poor guy.
He's so adorable. And then they're like, hey, go, Yondu's like, go to my room. Mm-hmm. There's a prototype fin in the drawer. Get it and bring it back.
Yeah, it's about this big. It's red. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he goes off, he comes back, he's got Yondu's underwear.
Yeah.
He's like, no, that's not what I wanted.
That's my underwear.
It's like, well, okay, one more time, because Rocket's like, he doesn't know what you're talking about. And so he's like, okay, one more time. So he says it again, he goes back in there. I think this is when he comes back.
He's got the little rat creature.
Oh yeah, the rat creature. Yeah, he just keeps going back and forth. He comes back with Vorker's eye.
Yeah.
So, and Rocket's like, no, give that.
Yeah.
I'll take that. I'll keep that one.
It's gonna be hilarious when he wakes up and doesn't know where his eye is.
Yeah. He comes back with just a severed toe.
Yeah. Like, do you have a fridge with severed toes in it?
Yondu's like, no, we're not gonna talk about this again. Yeah, he just keeps coming back with all kinds of stuff. He gives him a little
emblem. He's like, the drawer you want has this little emblem on it.
Yep.
And he tries to wear this hat.
It's the hat is the cutest thing.
He said he thinks you want him to wear it as a hat.
And he hates hats.
He does not like hats. Because it makes everybody's heads look weird. the shape changes. He's like, that's why you don't like hats?
And you don't know why, and you don't know what somebody's actual head shape is because the hat is covering it. Yeah. So cute. Oh man, but he gets in there and he finally opens the drawer, and there it is. There's the fin.
Like he's got it finally.
Pulls something else out of there.
He gets like some mints or something.
It's like, no. And Kraglin shows up. He's like, that's not what he's looking for. Yeah. And Kraglin takes the fin to Yondu, and he's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do a mutiny. They killed all his friends, and he's sad about it. So he's back on Yondu's side.
Yep. So Yondu tells him to go get the Section 3 ready.
Yeah. So he heads out, and Yondu puts the fin on.
Yeah, which is more accurate to his comic book look, because he has a big fin.
Yeah.
So I was pretty excited about that.
Yeah, because people complained about the first one when it wasn't as big as it should be, and then this one is huge.
Yeah. I like them both. I thought it worked both ways.
But yeah, so he's got his little fin on there now, and he just starts using that whistle, that arrow to kill everybody.
Yeah, free one. And he feels pretty good about it. I mean, this was his crew. I mean, they did mutiny on him, but I guess they killed all of jerks. But
they killed all of the men who were loyal to him too.
So I guess he wouldn't care too much.
He's like, you know what?
That was a lot of guys.
Oh, so many.
Yeah. Got revenge on the guy who was messing with him.
Yeah.
Pouring drinks and stuff.
He ends up setting Taserface on fire.
Yep.
But, of course, before he can die, he sends out a message to the Sovereign. And they're like, tell the High Priestess that this information or whatever came from...
coordinates are.
Yeah. And it came from Taserface. And the girl just starts laughing. He's like... And then he exploded.
Explodes. Yep.
So, but they have, what was it called? Section 3?
Yeah, I think so.
It's actually a smaller ship that is like attached to the ship or whatever.
So it breaks off from the other parts.
So they
take off in that.
Off in that as the other part explodes.
Yep.
So they make it out. But to get to Ego's planet, which is where they're heading, they have to go through a bunch of gates.
Yeah.
Like 700 gates or something. And it's like a human, like a mammal or whatever, can only go through like 50 without going crazy or whatever.
And Rocket's like, bam, let's go.
He's like, we're doing this. And they just head out. They go through a bunch of, you can see like a few worlds that they go through and everything. One of them is where Korg is from.
Yeah, some Korg people.
One of them is...
The Watchers.
The Watchers.
Are there with Stanley. He's telling him about how he was a delivery man in Civil War.
Yeah.
So
all these different things that he's been.
Yep. So everybody's theory of he's a watcher because he's everywhere.
Yeah.
Watching everything. Kind of confirmed.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Not sure if he's exactly a watcher, but he's at least working with the Watchers.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
So
that was fun.
And then there was another planet too that it showed briefly, I think, but I can't remember. Maybe not. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was just those two.
Yeah.
Thought there was another one, but I could be wrong. So back at Ego's planet, Peter and Gamora dance together because Drax told him that Gamora is not a dancer. That, he should go for somebody who's more like him, who is an idiot, basically, is what he said. He's so mean. But yeah, they dance together. And then they kind of have a little bit of a fight, I think, because she doesn't trust Ego.
Yeah.
And so she heads off on her own.
Yeah.
And while she's out there, Nebula shows up.
In that ship.
In the ship.
And she out to kill her.
Yeah, she's trying to kill her. They end up in like a cave.
Yeah.
And...
Well, she's just jamming that ship into that cave, just trying to get to her.
Trying to get to her.
Shooting
it's like,
the
oh my
guns
gosh.
at her.
So she gets through.
Does not go well.
The ship crashes. It's about to blow up and everything. Gamora does manage to pull her out of there.
Yeah.
And it explodes behind them and everything and knocks them away. But then they both get up and Nebula just keeps going after her. They keep fighting. And then she kind of explains like why she's like, I won, I finally beat you and everything. And,
when they would fight as kids, Thanos would replace parts of her.
Yeah, every time she lost.
Yeah, with mechanical parts or whatever. So. And
Gamora never lost.
Yeah.
And so Nebula was always being like
tortured, basically.
Yeah, exactly, because it was like he'd pluck out her eye and replace it with
took out her brain,
pulled off her arm, all this stuff. So, not fun.
Yep. I just wanted a sister.
Exactly. Drax is still being a jerk to Mantis. Mantis, of course, comes up because he's sleeping or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's like, I really need to tell him what I was going to tell him earlier. Yeah. So she wakes him up. And he's like, oh, I already told you. You're disgusting. I don't want anything to do with you. I don't. Yeah, he just starts like fake vomiting. It's like,
I'm just imagining being with you.
So gross. You're so disgusting. It's like, oh my God, you're so mean.
Messed up.
But she's just trying to tell, what's happening. And that's when we see Nebula and Gamora find in the cave. Mm-hmm. There's like this
just a pile of skulls.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, this is not a good place to be. We should probably get the others and get out of here.
Yeah.
So Ego is telling Peter about his big plan, which is called the expansion.
Yeah.
So he went out when he was looking for life on other, around the universe. He went to all these other planets and he would put a piece of himself on all of those planets. Mm-hmm. So it would grow there and everything. And it was basically so that he could take over
all the world,
the universe, pretty much, so it could all become part of him. Because he's Ego. What do you expect? He wants everything to be part of him.
That's true. Yeah.
So, yeah, and he needs Peter because he went around to all of these different planets and he had children with all of these different species. And Peter is the only one that ended up carrying the celestial gene.
Right.
So he's the only one that can use the light from the planet.
And expand his power.
And he needs more than one. He can't do it himself. He has to have another one. So that's why Peter is there. That's why he's been looking for Peter. Because he heard about everything that happened on Xandar with the Infinity Stone. He's like, oh, he can hold an Infinity Stone?
Must have celestial
He's got to have celestial powers. Yeah, so that's why he's been looking for him so hardcore, basically.
Mm-hmm. He, lets him see it, and Peter mentions he sees eternity.
Yep.
And we see kind of eternity-looking stuff in his eyes there, which we see eternity later in Thor, Love and Thunder.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, because I was like, hey,
we see that. Yeah.
Exactly.
So he sees it all. He's like, but what about my friends? He's like, oh, you'll forget about them. That's just your human side.
Exactly. He's like, I thought you said you loved my mom and everything. And he's like, I did love your mom, and I went back and I saw her
twice.
3 times, I think.
Oh, 3 times? Okay.
And each time, though, he wanted to stay with her, but he had to go back to the planet. And so the last time that he went to see her,
it was tough putting that tumor in her brain.
Exactly. And Peter's like, you can see,
what?
Yeah, because the lights of eternity or whatever, it just goes out of his eyes, and he's like, "What? You killed my mother?" Exactly. And so he's fighting. He's like, "How dare you? You killed my mom." So he's like, "Okay, I was trying to get you on my side here. It's not working."
Form you would like.
Exactly.
Turns into David Hasselhoff.
Exactly. He's like,
because Peter used to tell the kids at school that his dad was David Hasselhoff.
Yeah.
And that he was busy filming Knight Rider.
Yeah.
That's why he wasn't around.
Exactly.
Oh, poor kid.
Poor kid. So anyway, he's like, but since you won't see things my way, I'll just use you as a battery, basically. So he has this light tentacle kind of thing that goes through Peter and is taking his power or whatever. And then he does the worst thing that he can possibly do after that. He grabs Peter's Walkman and he destroys it. How dare you?
His mom gave him that.
Yep. So back on the ship with Yondu and Groot and Rocket. Rocket and Yondu are talking.
They're finally through all the jumps and puking.
Yep. But then they have this little bonding moment kind of thing.
Yeah. Because Rocket's been a real jerk the whole movie.
Oh, yeah. He has been.
Not wanting to get along with people, pushing people away.
Yeah, exactly. And so Rocket is talking about how, the only reason that Yondu kept Peter around was because of the whole, he was young and he was small, he could fit into places to thieve better or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Yondu tells him the truth.
Yeah.
That he found out that he was...
What Ego was doing.
Yeah. That Ego was basically killing these kids. Mm-hmm. And he couldn't let him do that.
Yeah.
Again. Yeah. Because I guess he just liked Peter and he was like, I can't let him kill this kid.
He's a cute kid.
Yep. Yeah. So he was like, I'll just not take him.
Yep.
So, yep. So, yeah, now that Yondu and Rocket and Groot and all of them have made it to the planet, it is time to...
Stop Ego.
Stop Ego, yeah. Because now Mantis has told everybody... Everything.
Yep.
And they've got to stop him. So, they fly...
Pretty much crash that ship right into the... palace and land right on Ego.
Yeah, exactly. Crash into Ego, which kills his body for a while, so that he'll have to like regenerate himself or whatever. So
it releases Peter though,
exactly.
So he can get away.
Yeah, so they all get into the ship. They have to go into the caves or through the caves so that they can get to the core of the planet, which is where his brain is.
That's where his power is. Yeah.
So they get in there. They have to like laser a hole through.
Yeah, they're trying to drill in there.
And then Kraglin he sees. Here come the Sovereign. They're back, and so he tries to tell them, but they can't. They can't hear him.
Yeah.
And they show up down there with them. They attack the ship. It like messes up the generator or whatever, so they can't.
They got no weapons.
Yep, no weapons or anything.
Yeah.
And they're like, how are we going to blow up this thing? Well, they do have those batteries still, so Rocket rigs up a bomb with the batteries.
Yep.
And they try to get as close to it as close to the core as they can, but of course they're a little bit too big to fit in there. The only one who can fit in there is Baby Groot.
Yeah.
so he's going to have to go in there.
Yeah. Tries to train him on how to blow up the bomb. Groot does not do well in the training. He
does not understand.
It's like, don't push the button.
Don't push this button. He's like...
And he really wants to push that button.
Yeah, exactly.
Why is that button there?
I don't know. So, Ego comes back, but Mantis manages to put him to sleep before he can actually do anything.
Yep.
And...
I like at one point that they actually do show the face on the planet. He actually shows them like, hey,
yeah, they
did the thing. Yeah.
Yep.
It's on the planet.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they basically blow up the ship, I think, to kill all the Sovereign or something.
Yeah, I think so.
So, because they do get rid of all of them.
Yeah.
I think that's how they do it, something like that.
I mean, they send all those, like, drill balls around and they shoot a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they do blow them up.
But, of course, Nebula, Peter, and Yondu are still on there. Nebula falls down. She's fine because she's like mostly mechanical stuff anyway. She's mostly metal.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh no, where are Peter and Yondu? But here they come. They're floating down.
Yep.
He's using his arrow as like...
It's like an umbrella.
umbrella kind of thing to like float himself down. And Peter's got his... whatever pack thing.
It's still a jetpack.
Yeah, exactly. To get him down. And this is when we have the whole Mary Poppins thing.
Yeah. It's like, you look like Mary Poppins.
Exactly. He's like...
Is he cool?
He's like, yeah, he's real cool. He's like, I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
It's a great line from that.
It's so good.
Probably the most memorable line from the movie.
I'm sure it probably is.
Yep.
It's so good. But he's so happy when he's saying it too.
Yep.
And it just makes you like Yondu even more because because they gotta make you like him.
Yep.
Anyway, so of course, once they get down there and they're all like, "All right, we're good to go." Mantis gets knocked out by a rock, and Drax is immediately like right after is like, "Look out!" Like very helpful, Drax. Thank you. So that wakes Ego up because he's not sleeping anymore because Mantis isn't using her powers.
So Drax has to get her out of there.
Yes. Kraglin is bringing the ship down to the planet so that he can get everybody out of there.
Point.
Exactly. Yeah. So Drax takes Mantis up there to get her out.
Gamora and Nebula are trying to get out as well.
Yeah. And the planet starts closing in on everybody because Ego's using his powers. But
Yondu's like, bro, he's about to get smothered.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't control the arrow with my brain. I control it with my heart.
Yeah, exactly. And so, because he had talked to Peter earlier about how he doesn't control it with his brain. But he didn't say what he controlled it with until then.
Because Peter's not sure how to control the power.
Yes, the power of the planet.
The planet, yeah.
So now he knows how to do it.
Use your heart.
Use your heart. So he fights back. Yeah. And that lets everybody go, basically.
Yeah, gives everybody time.
He's distracting Ego while everybody gets off the planet and while Groot gets the bomb going.
Yep, he finally does.
He does. He gets it going. It's counting down. He hits the correct button.
He does. He almost wants to.
So close. He's like, oh, I want to hit that one. But
I guess.
He hits the correct one. So good job. Go Groot. Yep. Rocket gets Groot out of there.
Yeah, and he's like, I've only got this one spacesuit and arrow ring for you to get out of here, Yondu.
So he gives them to Yondu, and he says bye to him, and Groot says, I am Groot. Of course. Or it's more of a, I am Groot. And he's basically like, welcome to the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Yep.
And then Rocket takes Groot out of there. They get up to the ship. They're like, we gotta go. Everybody else is there except for Peter and Yondu. So they gotta get out of there. And they're like, but where's Quill? Where's Quill? They fly out of there.
Peter is beating up on Ego. Pretty good.
Yep.
Turns into Pac-Man at one point.
Yeah. And then the bomb explodes. Ego dissolves. So there we go. The planet is going to be destroyed.
Yep, it's going to explode itself. So Peter loses his powers because his powers were
connected to the planet.
Yeah,
exactly. So Yondu comes in, flies in there, grabs him.
Yep.
Starts flying him out. They have to get away from the planet because it's going to explode.
So they're going up into space.
And he gives Peter the spacesuit.
Yep.
And he doesn't have one for himself. Like, and then he's talking to him and he's like, he may have been your father, but he wasn't your daddy.
Boy.
Yep. So basically, Yondu was his dad.
Yeah, because he was.
He was the one who raised him and everything.
Peter lost so many parents today.
Right? Oh my gosh. He found out that his real dad killed his mom.
Yep.
His real dad dies.
Yep.
His adoptive father, basically, also dies because here goes Yondu. Yeah. He's out there. They're out in in space, and he dies.
Yep.
And honestly, I shed a tear. Because I liked Yondu.
I liked Yondu too, yeah.
And then they have his funeral.
Yep. They cremate him, basically, kind of. Yeah.
Well, they have like a little thing where Peter gives like a little eulogy kind of thing. He's like, Yondu was David Hasselhoff. Yeah. Pretty much. Yep. And so then they put him in the incinerator kind of thing. And he's cremated.
His ashes go out into space. They're all sparkly.
Yep. They're all golden and sparkly. And then we have Gamora and Nebula. They make up.
Yeah.
They just want to be sisters.
Yep.
But Nebula's like, I've got to go. She's going to go try to kill Thanos.
Yep.
Before Yondu died, he gave Kraglin something to give to Peter.
Yeah.
It is a Zune.
Yep. That's what everybody on Earth is listening to. Which was never true.
No. But I guess that's what they heard, so.
The Zune was such garbage.
Yeah. It has 300 songs on it, though, so Peter's pretty excited.
Yep.
And they found the arrow, and they give it to Kraglin. Yondu's arrow.
Yeah.
They did not give him...
put it back together.
They did not give him the
fin.
The fin.
But he has one later.
Yes.
So maybe they made him one. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. Or maybe it cremated Yondu, but it didn't cremate the fin. And so they just took
I'm pretty sure we saw the fin get burned as well. Yeah.
So anyway, they're listening to... He's listening to a song and everything, thinking about Yondu. And then all of the other Ravagers show up. The ones like Stallone's people and everything.
Yeah.
They show up and they give him a Ravager funeral. With a bunch of fireworks and everything. It's really pretty.
It's really sweet. Yeah, because they told him he wouldn't get one.
Yep.
Because he was exiled.
Exactly. But
they came around.
They came back because he turned out to be not bad after all. He had a reason for
the season.
He had a reason for breaking the rules.
Yeah.
And everything. So I guess he redeemed himself or whatever.
Yeah, it was a sweet ending.
Yeah, it was.
And then that's it. Goes to credits. And then there's like 5 in the credit scenes.
There's so many.
There's a lot. What was the first one?
First one we have is Kraglin learning to use his arrow.
Yep.
He hits Drax with it.
Yeah, does
Drax
not go
is just, You can just hear him and he just runs away. Yep. The second one is the other Ravagers. They're getting the band back together.
Yep. And it's Stallone as, what's his name? Straka?
I don't remember. I already erased it off my notes.
Yeah, so it's him and Michelle Yeoh.
Yes.
Is Alita, who is his sister, I think.
Okay.
Anyway, when they come together, they become not Starhawk.
Okay.
It's like a future Guardian of the Galaxy. Mm-hmm. Or I guess he was the past. Anyway,
okay.
It's a whole thing. Charlie 27 is the big guy.
Ving Rhames.
Yeah, Ving Rhames. Mm-hmm. And he's just a big dude.
Uh-huh.
Also another original Guardian. Martin X, the crystal guy.
Uh-huh.
Krugar, who is a future Sorcerer Supreme. So I don't know if he was part of the Guardians or not.
I don't even remember seeing him in there. So
he's the weird, like, lobster-looking guy who, like, gives the thumbs up with magic. Anyway.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I do remember the thumbs up with magic. Yeah. Okay.
And then Mainframe voiced by Miley Cyrus.
Who's just like a head of a robot.
I think she's just like the program.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know much about Mainframe, but
I hear Mainframe and I just think of the TV show Reboot. Did you ever watch?
Oh
man.
Was that the weird, like, the CGI one with the blue guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I never saw
love that show. Yeah. Mainframe.
Did you have a crush on the blue guy?
No.
Okay.
Mainframe is where they lived.
Okay.
But yeah. Dot Matrix.
Oh boy.
Enzo, one of the bad guys, she was a woman, but her name was Hexadecimal.
Okay.
There was Megabyte.
Of course.
Yeah.
USB.
Hack and Slash.
Earl URL.
Oh my gosh. I can't remember what the dog's name was. Anyway. I watched it a lot.
Apparently.
It was fun.
Yeah.
They would always go reboot with their little chest.
Oh boy!
Because they had a little button on there, and that's how they would like.
That's how they'd reboot.
Yep.
Okay. Do you say that whenever you reboot your computer?
Yes.
Reboot. Okay.
No, I actually do it on my chest.
Oh, you do it on your chest?
Yeah.
Oh.
As I'm pressing the button with one hand, with my other hand, I go reboot. Yep.
That's sad.
Every time.
That's very sad.
I don't do that.
Yeah, we're right.
I don't do that.
She's nodding her head that she does.
I don't do that, okay? Oh.
Yeah,
anyway.
that's shout out to the original Guardians of the Galaxy, which was cool.
So then we have the third one, which is the High Priestess. She's there again. She's real pissed off, and she's like, she has a new birthing pod there, and she's like, I think I shall call him Adam.
I was so stoked. I was like, Adam Warlock.
He's coming. He's
just
gonna be
in time
here we
for
go.
Infinity War and stuff.
Yep.
And he's going to show up and he's going to be part of it. And he was not.
No.
But
we're getting him.
The next one, he's going to be there.
We're going to see him in a couple of weeks.
Yep. I wish it wasn't that actor, but we'll take what we can get here. Maybe it won't be so bad.
Okay.
But I was very excited. Love Adam Warlock.
So then we have the fourth one, which is just Peter. He walks into Groot's room. It's a mess.
Teen Groot.
He's a teen now.
Yep.
It's Teen Groot. He's playing his little handheld video game.
Yeah.
He's talking back. He's being sassy.
Yeah.
I am Groot. You know how he is.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, and Peter's like, I am not boring. So this is the first time that we see Peter understanding his language. So
that's cool.
Yeah. Then finally, the last one. It's Stanley. He's there again. He's with the Watchers. The Watchers are walking away, and he's still like, but I have more stories to tell.
Y'all are my ride. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think the last thing he does say is, but I have more stories to tell, which is kind of cute, because it's like, oh, but he was the one who was actually telling the story. Like, you know, he came up with all the stories and stuff.
It was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, enjoyed it much more this time around.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was fun. I don't know if I was just in a better mood than I was the first time I saw it or what, but it was great. So
maybe it was better because you didn't have the expectations that you had the first time going in.
Yeah, maybe my expectations were lower.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
And you knew what you were getting into, and so it's like, okay, well now I can just kind of sit and watch it and enjoy it.
Yeah,
as it is.
Yeah, that probably plays into it. But now I'm ready for Guardians 3.
Yeah, I'm ready for that otter.
Yeah, I want to see some otter, baby.
Give me that otter. Oh man,
see what's gonna happen, where it's gonna go. what surprises we'll get, if any. And yeah. All right. Well, then, should we get into our snack now?
Sure. Our snack that we've already eaten. Yeah.
We got Dairy Queen Blizzards, baby.
Yeah. I haven't had one in so long.
Yeah. It's been a year or two at least. No, it's been longer than that. A couple years. Anyway, always get Oreo. That's my go-to.
Oreo is probably my favorite, but I do switch it up sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do like the peanut butter cup one pretty well. Heath Bar I used to get sometimes too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever tried the Snickers one. I was very tempted today to get the Snickers one, but
it's good. I've had the Snickers. I've tried a few, but like I always go in there like maybe I should try something different.
And then you just go for Oreo.
Like, I just love Oreo.
It's so good.
It was the best when you were a kid and you would get down to the bottom and there's like a whole Oreo down there that didn't mix up right. It's like yes. Yes. Because on my desserts, I love to get a whole Oreo. And if anybody ever took that away from me, I'd be very disappointed.
Technically, it wasn't an Oreo. It was a off-brand Oreo. So
even better.
And it was stale. So you didn't miss much, okay?
Krista stole an Oreo from me off a piece of cake the other day. Was terrible.
Yeah, I was going to say yesterday, but no, it was earlier.
So, still harboring some anger there.
Well, you know what? I clearly, as I was walking away, said, "Oh, I don't have a fork." And he went over and got a fork for himself and did not get one from me. And I was like, "Oh, did you give me a fork?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "Okay, I see how it is. You're not getting this Oreo."
I was still reeling from losing that Oreo. I was surprised I even found the forks. I was a mess. I was toe up from the flow up. That's how bad I was. It was a mess. We were both at fault. Mistakes were made on both sides. So we can move on from this. But how was your Blizzard?
It was
as
great.
Good as you remember?
Yes.
Yeah, mine was good too. We did have to freeze them a little because we did eat. And again, I had the flamethrower burger, which was good. It's a good burger, but it's not. The best burger I ever had was from Dairy Queen.
Okay.
Because in college, I built play sets. And we built one out in the middle of nowhere, Texas, right?
Play sets?
Yeah, those big wooden play sets. I used to assemble them.
Oh, okay.
It was just like a summer job kind of deal. And so we worked on this place like all day. We didn't stop for lunch or anything. We just wanted to get it done. So we got it done. We went to the only restaurant that was around, which was a Dairy Queen. And I got a Hunger Buster. And they got it completely wrong how I ordered it. They put mustard on it. I prefer mayonnaise. They were like, here's tomatoes on there too. I was like, I don't care. And I just ate it. And I was so hungry that it was just so good.
And it busted your hunger.
It busted my hunger. Good thing I didn't get that belt buster. It would have busted my belt. And that would have been embarrassing. But, to this day, still the best burger I've ever had. Just because of the circumstances, basically. And now their burgers are all different. So it's just not the same. But I still have that love for Dairy Queen. And that Blizzard today was good. Mm-hmm. So thank you, Dairy Queen. Still holding strong. And I like all their little treats like dilly bars and used to have ice cream sandwiches. I don't know if they still have those or not.
Dipped cones,
yeah. Which they have churro ones right now. You saw them. So that's fun. Good for them. All right. Well, are you from Missouri? Do you say Missouri?
Oh, gosh.
Which Guardians of the Galaxy movie do you prefer? And how'd you feel about the Mandalorian ending? To let us know on Twitter at HavingFuncast or on Facebook at HavingFunPod.
Or you can send us an email at havingfunpod@gmail.com.
All right. Go have fun and we'll see you next week.
No, we won't.
Nope. We're taking next week off.
We're taking next week off. So, we'll be back.
Yeah.
For 2 weeks.
Work-related reasons.
Yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Hopefully, if everything goes correctly.
Exactly.
All right, we'll see you then. Goodbye.
Bye.